On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Mass.
A large amount of a substance with no definite shape or form, a large number of people or things grouped or crowded together.
Examples:
A mass of molten rock. Critical mass. The mass of people who do not own property is politically impotent.
Atrocity.
Brutal act, an extremely wicked or cruel act.
Examples:
Commit atrocity. Cold-blooded atrocity. The atrocity of the war left many children orphaned.
Genocide.
The intentional killing of a large group of people, especially those of a particular ethnic group or nation.
Examples:
Genocide victims. Genocide resolution. The international community condemned the genocide in the country.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Exterminate.
To destroy completely, often referring to the eradication of pests or weeds.
Examples:
Exterminate pests. Exterminate communism. The government exterminated the invasive species to protect native plants and animals.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Extremist.
A person who holds extreme political or religious views and who is willing to use violent or illegal methods to promote those views.
Examples:
Extremist political views. Radical extremist. The extremist group planned a series of violent attacks to push its agenda.
Militia.
A military force comprised of trained soldiers who are usually a citizen or have other jobs.
Examples:
Militia groups. Armed militia. Militia suddenly occupied the presidential palace.
Holocaust.
The systematic killing of millions of Jews and other minority groups by the Nazis during World War II, or any similar act of mass destruction.
Examples:
Nuclear holocaust. The Holocaust Museum. Many Holocaust survivors still suffer from the trauma they experienced during that time.
Coverage.
The reporting or news of an important event, sports, subject, etc., the amount, range, area, or quality of something that something provides.
Examples:
Full coverage insurance. Contractual coverage. The scandal received widespread media coverage.
Bury.
To place a dead body in the ground, grave, or tomb.
Examples:
Bury in the earth. Bury emotion. There is plenty of space to bury everyone.
Newsworthy.
Worthy of being reported in the news, interesting or important enough to be of public interest or noteworthy.
Examples:
Newsworthy event. Newsworthy announcement. The scandal was deemed newsworthy by every major media outlet in the country.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Congressperson.
A person who belongs to a Congress, especially a member of the U.S. House of Representatives. Congressman, congressperson is used to avoid gender discrimination.
Examples:
Hawkish congressperson. Former congressperson. The term of a congressperson is 2 years.
Journalist.
A person who collects and writes news stories or articles for newspapers, magazines, radio, television, or other online media.
Examples:
A China-based journalist. Journalist on a magazine. Foreign TV crews and journalists can go as they please in various locations during the Olympics.
Denunciation.
The act of publicly condemning or criticizing something or someone, often done with strong disapproval or accusation.
Examples:
Public denunciation. Fierce denunciation. The diplomat's denunciation of the terrorist attack was a strong statement of condemnation from the international community.
Arrest.
To take into custody.
Examples:
Arrest the thief. Arrest the progress. A police officer has the authority to arrest a criminal.
Embassy.
The diplomatic building where a country's representatives to a foreign country are based.
Examples:
Embassy staff. Embassy function. The embassy building was heavily guarded by security personnel.
Congressional.
Of or relating to Congress, especially to the Congress of the United States. Examples: Congressional approval. Suspend a congressional meeting. There was a congressional probe into the scandal.
Endangered.
At risk of extinction because it is facing significant threats.
Examples:
Endangered species. Endangered ecosystem. The government has implemented policies to protect the habitat of endangered animals.
Ape.
A large animal with long arms, no tail, and usually a lot of body hair, including gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans, and gibbons.
Examples:
Jungle ape. Play the ape. The scientist studied the behavior of apes in the wild.
Gorilla.
A large, powerful, and intelligent primate found in the forests of Central Africa, with coarse black or brown fur and a distinctive face.
Examples:
Gorilla habitat. Endangered gorilla. The gorilla at the zoo impressed visitors with its size and strength.
Population.
The total number of people in a country, region, or location.
Examples:
Population change. Labor population. In just 4 years, the population has doubled.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples:
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Groom.
To clean, brush, and care for the fur or feathers of an animal, to prepare oneself or someone else for a special event or occasion, to make something neat. Noun, also bridegroom, a man who is about to be married or has recently been married.
Examples:
Groom duties. Groom a horse. I need to groom my dog before his fur gets too long.
Nuclear.
Of or relating to or constituting the nucleus of an atom, deriving destructive energy from the release of atomic energy.
Examples:
Nuclear fusion. Use of nuclear power. Many countries have now agreed to a treaty banning the use of nuclear weapons.
Catastrophe.
A sudden event that causes extreme ruin and misfortune.
Examples:
Catastrophe risk management. Avoid climate catastrophe. The lack of funds has resulted in a catastrophe for our university system.
Mall.
A large, enclosed shopping center that typically contains many stores, restaurants, and other businesses.
Examples:
Largest electronic mall. Mall crawler. Many people go to the shopping mall to socialize and spend time with friends.
Cult.
A small religious group, especially one that is not part of a larger religion and that is regarded as outside the norm, followers of an exclusive system of beliefs and practices.
Examples:
Cult members. Cult's practices. The cult leader promised his followers that they would achieve enlightenment if they followed his teachings.
Appropriate.
Suitable or proper in the circumstances, fitting.
Examples:
Appropriate behavior. An appropriate time. It would be appropriate to dress nicely for the wedding.
Politic.
Wise in displaying the ability to make reasonable decisions.
Examples:
A politic decision. Heal the body, politic. She was politic in her behavior.
Operate.
To work in a particular way, to supervise something.
Examples:
Operate 24 hours a day. Manually operate a machine. This machine is too difficult to operate for me.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Humanity.
All people living on the earth, the quality or state of being human rather than an animal, a machine, etc.
Examples:
Humanity at large. Mass of humanity. They donated large sums of money for the development of humanity.
Forth.
Forward, outward, or onward in location, direction, or progress, into view or consideration, with confidence, boldness, or in the open.
Examples:
Bring forth a beautiful vase. Call forth demand. I pushed forth with my new project, even though it would take much hard work.
Relief.
A feeling of happiness and relaxation that comes when something burdensome is removed or reduced.
Examples:
Tax relief. Sigh of relief. He devoted his life to establishing a humanitarian relief fund.
Nowhere.
Not in, at, or to any place, not anywhere.
Examples:
Nowhere else to go. Come out of nowhere. I've been thinking all day and getting nowhere.
Constituency.
A group of people who live in a particular geographic area and are represented politically by an elected official, a body of customers or clients who regularly use a particular service or product.
Examples:
Constituency needs. Local constituency. The politician met with his constituency to hear their concerns and ideas.
Destine.
To determine or set the course of something in advance, often in a way that seems predetermined or inevitable. To specify or choose someone or something for a particular fate or outcome.
Examples.
Destine us to meet again. Be destined to become a great artist. Some people believe that we are all destined for greatness.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples.
Literature of permanent value. Permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Comprise.
To include or consist of something. The act of making up or forming something.
Examples.
Comprise a large percentage. Comprise the recent past. The team comprises players from different countries.
Stud.
A small object with a head on one end and a sharp point on the other, used for fastening clothing, leather, or other materials. An animal used for breeding, typically a male horse or bull that is of superior breeding stock. Verb, to decorate or adorn with studs, to provide with studs for support.
Examples.
Horse stud. Wall stud. He bought a new stud to attach the strap to his watch.
Chapter.
A separate section of a written work usually numbered and titled.
Examples.
An introductory chapter. Chapter of a political party. The final chapter provides a summary of the discussion.
Apartheid.
A system of racial segregation and discrimination that was enforced in South Africa from 1948 to 1994. Any similar system of discrimination or segregation based on race, ethnicity, or other factors.
Examples.
Apartheid system. Apartheid policies. The South African government enforced apartheid laws that segregated people based on race.
Devote.
To commit or dedicate oneself or one's time, effort, or energy to a particular task or purpose.
Examples.
Devote all of my energies. Devote my own life. He devoted himself to studying the history of ancient civilizations.
Evangelical.
Relating to or advocating a form of Protestant Christianity that emphasizes personal conversion and faith over religious rituals and central authority within the Church.
Examples.
Evangelical mission. Evangelical Christian group. The evangelical pastor delivered a powerful sermon to his congregation.
Jewish.
Of or related to people whose traditional religion is Judaism.
Examples.
Jewish history. Jewish culture. My friend is a Jewish woman who celebrates Hanukkah every year.
Cacophonous.
Producing a harsh, discordant, or unpleasant mixture of sounds, characterized by a loud and jarring noise.
Examples:
Cacophonous noise. Cacophonous city streets. The cacophonous chorus of the morning market created an overwhelming yet lively ambience.
Mislead.
To cause someone to believe something that is not true.
Examples:
Mislead him into trusting her. Mislead the enemy. Our troops pulled back to mislead the enemy.
Diverse.
Including numerous categories of individuals or entities, various.
Examples:
Diverse backgrounds. A person of diverse talents. New York is a city with a diverse ethnic population.
Regard.
To think about or consider somebody or something in a specified way.
Examples:
Regard him as an enemy. Regard the situation as unfortunate. Frugality and industry are still regarded as virtues.
Congeal.
To solidify or thicken, especially by cooling or freezing. To become firm or solid, often referring to a liquid or substance.
Examples:
Congeal into a solid mass. Congeal liquid. The blood began to congeal as it dried in the wound.
Impressive.
Arousing admiration due to size, quality, or skill.
Examples:
Impressive performances. An impressive array of facts. The budget reduction was an impressive feat for our nation.
Heroic.
Courageous and daring, having or displaying qualities appropriate for legendary figures, that is, courage and daring.
Examples:
A heroic poem. Heroic explorers. The heroic actions of individuals are now easily spread worldwide by SNS.
Imaginary.
Existing only in someone's mind.
Examples:
Imaginary number. Imaginary pregnancy. Little children tend to have imaginary friends.
Upstander.
A person who takes positive and proactive action against injustice or wrongdoing rather than being a bystander or remaining passive.
Examples:
Brave upstander. Upstander behavior. Teachers can encourage their students to be upstanders by teaching them about empathy and the importance of standing up for others.
Bystander.
A person who witnesses an event or situation but does not actively participate or intervene.
Examples:
Innocent bystander. shocked bystander. The bystander effect is a phenomenon where people are less likely to intervene in an emergency if others are present.
Launch.
To send or propel something into the air or space using a device such as a rocket, missile, or spacecraft, to make something available or on sale for the first time.
Examples:
Launch a spaceship into orbit. Launch a big attack. The company is set to launch its new product line next month.
Divest.
To strip or rid oneself of something, to deprive or dispossess someone of a possession, title, or right.
Examples:
Divest assets. Divest from fossil fuels. The company decided to divest its holdings in the fossil fuel industry.
Convinced.
Completely certain about something, having a strong belief or conviction in a particular religion.
Examples:
Convinced of the idea. Convinced criminal. The public is convinced that the Prime Minister has committed fraud.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Kitsch.
Art, objects, or design considered to be tasteless and overly sentimental, often produced to appeal to popular or commercial taste rather than for artistic value.
Examples:
Kitsch art. Kitsch decor. The garden gnome statue is cheesy kitsch, but some people love that style.
Apolitical.
Not related to or involving politics or political affairs, free from political beliefs, bias, or affiliation.
Examples:
Apolitical stance. Apolitical organization. The nonprofit organization remains apolitical and does not endorse any political candidates.
Dial.
To adjust or set the controls of a machine or device by turning a controller called dial. Noun, a disc on a telephone that is rotated a fixed distance for each number called.
Examples:
Dial up the volume. Dial down the tension. He dialed the phone number and waited for an answer.
Zip.
A fastener made of interlocking teeth or ridges that is used to join two edges or pieces of fabric. A sound or motion that resembles the sound made by a zipper when it is pulled, of a computer, a popular file compression and archiving format, short for Zone Improvement Plan, a system of postal codes used in the United States to help facilitate mail delivery more efficiently.
Examples:
Zip code. Zip file. She put her phone in the zip pocket of her backpack.
Refer.
To direct someone's attention, thoughts, or questions to another source or person, to mention, cite, or allude to something as evidence or support.
Examples:
Refer to a book. Refer to a map. Please refer to the instruction manual for further assistance.
Senator.
A member of a legislative body, especially a member of the U.S. Senate.
Examples:
Junior senator. Senator term. The hawkish senator gave a speech on the new bill in the Senate.
Governor.
The person who holds the highest executive office in a state or province.
Examples:
Governor General. A prefectural governor. The state governor visited the affected areas and promised to aid the victims.
Legislation.
A law or a set of laws suggested and then passed by a parliament, or the act of making or enacting laws.
Examples:
Anti-terrorist legislation. Introduce legislation. Similar legislation had already been rejected by the parliament 4 times.
Pending.
Awaiting a decision or resolution, yet to be resolved.
Examples:
Pending approval. Patent pending. I had a pending transaction on my credit card.
Transaction.
An instance of buying or selling something, the act or process of doing something.
Examples:
Card with no foreign transaction fees. Transaction balance. Electronic transactions remain incomplete due to system errors.
Innovative.
Introducing or using new methods, ideas, etc.
Examples:
Use of innovative technology. Stylistically innovative works. The Prime Minister stressed the need to create innovative industries.
Introduction.
A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event, the act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market.
Examples:
Introduction education. Self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging.
Grade.
A particular level of quality, size, importance, etc.
Examples:
Boys in the 12th grade. Students at all grade levels. Departments may set requirements for a higher grade point average.
Congress.
A formal meeting of the representatives of different countries, constituent states, organizations, trade unions, political parties, or other groups.
Examples:
An international congress. Peace Congress. Congress must consider this proposal in an unusual situation.
Session.
A formal meeting or series of meetings for the execution of a particular group's functions, a period spent doing a particular activity.
Examples:
The morning session. The court session. Parliament is now in session.
Minus.
Subtracting or taking away, having a value less than zero.
Examples:
Minus sign. Minus temperature. The recipe calls for 4 cups of flour minus 1 tablespoon.
Incredibly.
In a way that is very difficult to believe, exceedingly, or extremely.
Examples:
Incredibly cheerful character. Get incredibly insecure. Several cities are experiencing incredibly high unemployment rates.
Energize.
To give energy or vitality to someone or something, to invigorate.
Examples:
Energize the body. Energize a team. The motivational speaker energized the crowd with their words.
Extract.
A short passage taken from a book, piece of music, etc., a substance obtained from something through a specific process. Verb, to obtain from something or to remove something by effort or force.
Examples:
A brief extract from the book. Botanical extract. Anesthetize the gum before extracting the teeth.
Bush.
A plant growing thickly with many small branches and several stiff stems coming up from the root.
Examples:
Trees and bushes. A bush of hair. I am going to trim this bush off.
Administer.
To oversee and control the operation or arrangement of something.
Examples:
Administer justice. Administer the funds. After the accident, 3 governmental bodies administer the company.
Stretch.
To make or be capable of making anything longer or broader without hurting or breaking.
Examples:
Stretch along the coast. Stretch a story. Some herds have been observed to stretch hundreds of kilometers.
Military.
Relating to or characteristic of members of the armed forces, of or relating to war or warfare.
Examples:
A military operation. A military leader. The military academy was known for its strict discipline and training.
Diplomat.
A person appointed by a government to conduct diplomacy, equals the management of relationships between countries, with one or more other countries or international organizations.
Examples:
Allied diplomat. Expel a diplomat. The senior diplomat worked tirelessly to negotiate a peace treaty between the 2 countries.
Commitment.
A promise or firm decision to do something or to behave in a certain way.
Examples:
A commitment to an alliance. Meet his commitments. His business commitments took him to the United States.
Instance:
A particular example or single occurrence of something.
Examples:
For instance. Notable instance. These articles cite 5 instances of climate change.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Expenditure.
The act of spending money, the total amount of money spent.
Examples:
Energy expenditure. Expenditure planning. Almost $1 billion in capital expenditure is still required.
Doll.
A child's toy that typically represents a human figure, especially a young girl, an attractive woman, a woman who is subservient or passive.
Examples:
Plastic doll. Rag doll. The antique doll was worth thousands of dollars.
Refugee.
A displaced person who has crossed national borders and who cannot or is unwilling to return home due to political, religious, or economic reasons or because of a war.
Examples:
Global refugee crisis. The refugee camp. The community warmly welcomed the refugees.
Displace.
To force someone or something to leave their home or place of origin, especially as a result of conflict, natural disaster, or manipulation.
Examples:
Displace workers. Displace the explosive power. The construction of a new dam will displace hundreds of families living downstream.
Durable.
Capable of lasting and being used for a long time without being damaged or destroyed.
Examples:
Durable piece. Durable materials. Our company's products are made of highly durable materials.
Achieve.
To successfully complete a task or goal, often through hard work, perseverance, and dedication, to attain or accomplish something that one has set out to do.
Examples:
Achieve success. Achieve milestones. I will work hard to achieve my goals and realize my dreams.
Authorization.
The act or process of giving official permission, approval, or authority to do or engage in something, a legal or official document granting such permission or authority.
Examples:
Written authorization. Legal authorization. Before accessing sensitive information, you need proper authorization.
Peacekeeping.
The act of maintaining peace, especially in conflict-prone regions or between hostile groups, usually through the deployment of a neutral military force or diplomatic initiatives.
Examples:
peacekeeping efforts, peacekeeping force. The peacekeeping mission in the war-torn country was challenging but necessary.
Leadership.
The ability, act, or status of leading a group of people or an organization.
Examples:
under his leadership, leadership by politicians. The country's leadership has decided to take large-scale measures against global warming.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
financial crisis, crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Evil.
Profoundly immoral, cruel, and wicked, having or exerting a harmful effect on people.
Examples:
evil ways, a charm against evil. Corruption is an evil act for any reason.
Prevail.
To be common, widespread, or frequent, to be the strongest or most powerful.
Examples:
good will prevail, prevail in a suit. It is common for oppressive governments to prevail through violence, using military and police force to control their citizens and suppress dissent.
Surround.
To be all around something or somebody.
Examples:
surround a town. A stone wall surrounds the palace. On 3 sides, mountains surround the settlement.
Horseback.
The back of a horse, the act of riding on a horse.
Examples:
horseback trek, horseback adventure. We went on a scenic trail ride on horseback through the mountains.
Spear.
A weapon with a long shaft and a sharp metal point used for battle, hunting, and fishing in the past.
Examples:
hunting spear, sharp-pointed spear. Ancient people made spears with wood entirely.
Firewood.
Wood used as fuel for fires, particularly for heating, cooking, or other purposes.
Examples:
chop firewood, stacks of firewood. My neighbor gave me some extra firewood from their own supply.
Humanitarian.
Something relating to the promotion of human welfare, or someone who works to promote human welfare.
Examples:
humanitarian crisis, a truly humanitarian act. The organization is dedicated to providing humanitarian aid to disaster-stricken areas worldwide.
Aid.
Things sent to help countries in need, notably food or money, support.
Examples:
Financial aid. Country-by-country aid programs. Pakistan's aid budget was still being reviewed.
Edible.
Fit or safe to be eaten, able to be consumed as food.
Examples:
Non-edible ingredients. Edible vegetables. I made sure to pick only edible mushrooms for our dinner.
Rap.
A type of music characterized by a strong, repetitive beat and lyrics that often focus on social and political issues, a reproach for some lapse or misdeed.
Examples:
Rap music. Get a rap. The new rap album is getting a lot of attention.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Authorize.
To give official permission or approval for something to happen, to empower or give authority to someone or something.
Examples:
Authorize payment. Authorize access. The government has authorized the use of military force in the region to keep the peace.
Step.
A vast, wide, and usually treeless plain, typically found in semi-arid or arid regions, characterized by fertile soil and grassy vegetation, often used for grazing livestock, an expansive and open grassland ecosystem found in Eurasia and North America.
Examples:
Steppe climate. Barren steppe. The nomadic tribes set up camp on the vast steppe.
Troop.
A group of soldiers, especially a large one, a group of people, animals, or things considered as a unit.
Examples:
The members of a military troop. A troop of deer. The troop of soldiers marched through the city in a parade.
Awful.
Causing fear, dread, or terror, very bad or unpleasant.
Examples:
An awful error. Do awful damage. I regretted making an awful mistake in my final exam.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Gravity.
The force that attracts a body towards the center of the earth or towards any other physical body having mass, a manner that is solemn.
Examples:
The attraction of gravity. Preserve my gravity. The astronaut felt weightless in space due to the absence of gravity.
Unfold.
To open up or spread out something that is folded or rolled up. To reveal or disclose something that was previously hidden or unknown.
Examples:
Unfold the story. Unfold the stroller. The mystery unfolded as the detectives gathered more clues.
Sufficient.
Adequate, enough for a particular purpose or requirement.
Examples:
Sufficient time. Self-sufficient economy. That candidate does not have sufficient means to win an election with certainty.
Compatriot.
A fellow citizen or countryman, someone who belongs to the same country, society, or community as oneself, a person with similar interests, beliefs, or values.
Examples:
Compatriot soldier. Fellow compatriot. My soccer team played against my compatriots' team in the local tournament.
Prone.
Inclined or likely to do something or to show a particular characteristic, especially something bad, lying face downward.
Examples:
Accident prone. Prone to diarrhea. He was prone to making rash decisions.
Guilt.
The fact of having committed something illegal, the negative feelings caused by believing or knowing that you have done something wrong.
Examples:
Criminal guilt. Feeling of guilt. Shame and guilt have significant social influences.
Consensus.
General agreement or accord in the judgment or opinion reached by a group as a whole.
Examples:
A public consensus. Consensus among scientists. The two parties have reached a consensus.
Advantage.
A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples:
Score an advantage. Take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Acknowledged.
Recognized or admitted as being true or valid.
Examples:
Acknowledged beauty. Publicly acknowledged truth. His acknowledged expertise in the field earned him the respect of his peers.
Responsible.
Answerable or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management.
Examples:
Responsible action. Responsible for customer service. She's a responsible pet owner who ensures her dog gets enough exercise and a healthy diet.
Assume.
To think or accept something to be true without having proof of it, to take or begin to have power, to begin to exhibit a specific quality or appearance.
Examples:
Assume a lousy attitude to his boss. Assume an important role. The following example assumes that the capacity of each battery is the same.
Gravitation.
The force by which a celestial body, such as the Earth, pulls objects toward its center, the attraction between two or more objects due to their mass.
Examples:
Terrestrial gravitation, universal gravitation. The force of gravitation keeps the planets in our solar system in orbit around the Sun.
Magnitude.
The extent, level, importance, or amount of something.
Examples:
A star of the first magnitude. The magnitude of the disaster. The magnitude of the earthquake was measured at 7.8 on the Richter scale.
Naturally.
As might be expected, by natural manners.
Examples:
Naturally arising. Naturally regenerated forest. He was naturally gifted.
Eager.
Showing enthusiasm and a strong desire or interest to do something.
Examples:
Eager anticipation. With eager eyes. The children were eager to start the treasure hunt.
Reign.
The period of time during which a monarch or government holds power. Verb, to be the king or queen.
Examples:
Reign of a dictator. Reign as sovereign. The dictator's reign was characterized by widespread human rights abuses and suppression of political opposition.
Loose.
Not securely fixed or fastened in place or able to be detached or separated from something.
Examples:
A loose tongue. Remove loose hair. The inspector discovered loose bolts under the fuel rods.
Nuke.
Derived from nuclear, to attack or destroy a place or target with a nuclear weapon, to cook food in a microwave oven. Noun, a nuclear weapon, such as a nuclear bomb or missile.
Examples:
Nuke a city. Nuke missile. The government threatened to nuke the enemy territory if they didn't surrender.
Bureaucracy.
A system of government in which most of the important decisions are made by state officials rather than by elected representatives.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Arbitrary bureaucracy. The bumbling bureaucracy made it difficult to get the permits we needed.
Orient.
To position or adjust someone or something for a particular purpose. Noun, the countries of Asia.
Examples:
Orient my thinking. The exotic flavor of the Orient. She took a moment to orient herself in the unfamiliar city.
Distant.
Far away in space, time, or where you are, far apart in relevance, relationship, or kinship.
Examples:
a distant memory, distant ancestors. The sun set over the crest of distant hills.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Credible.
Capable of being trusted or believed.
Examples:
Credible source. A credible story. They didn't have any credible evidence of his innocence.
Legitimacy.
The state or quality of being allowed and acceptable under the law. The state or quality of being founded on a reasonable or acceptable reason.
Examples:
Democratic legitimacy. Challenge the legitimacy. I'm going to deny the legitimacy of his claim.
Institute.
An organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb, to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Structural.
Associated with the way on construction or organization of anything.
Examples:
Structural analyses. Structural reorganization. The earthquake resulted in significant structural destruction.
Denounce.
To speak out against, to strongly criticize something or someone.
Examples:
Denounce a statement. Denounce a heresy. He denounced the actions of the corrupt official.
No-brainer.
A decision or a problem that requires little or no thought because it is obvious what you should do.
Examples:
No-brainer product. Look like a no-brainer. The first question in the test was a complete no-brainer.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Alibi.
A claim or piece of evidence that shows an individual was elsewhere at the time a crime or offense was committed and thus could not have been involved.
Examples:
Airtight alibi. Provide an alibi. The suspect claimed to have an alibi at the time of the crime, but the evidence proved otherwise.
Essential.
Indispensable, fundamental.
Examples:
Essential amino acid. Essential commodities of life. Trial and error is an essential part of education.
Sphere.
A round object or geometric shape that is three-dimensional and symmetrical around a central point, a particular aspect or scope of life or activity.
Examples:
Sphere of influence. Business sphere. The sphere of the Earth is divided into several layers, including the crust, mantle, and core.
Restore.
To repair or return something or someone to a previous good state or position.
Examples:
Restore order. Restore the emperor to the throne. The military regime has promised to restore democracy as soon as possible.
Standing.
Existing or remaining upright, having a vertical position, noun, social, financial, or professional status or reputation.
Examples:
Standing water. His social standing. The standing concert was packed with fans.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Roost.
A place where birds rest or sleep, typically on a branch or in a birdhouse or coop.
Examples:
Wild roost. Bird roost. The chickens return to their roost at sunset every night.
Victim.
A person who has been harmed, injured, or otherwise negatively affected by a particular action, circumstance, or event.
Examples:
Victim support. Victim compensation. The victim of the crime deserves justice and support to recover from the trauma.
Suicide.
The act of killing yourself intentionally.
Examples:
Commit suicide. Suicide attack. In an economically prosperous country, most male suicide is due to child support problems.
Bomb.
A weapon that explodes and is used to kill or injure people or to cause damage to something.
Examples:
Atomic bombs. Disarm the bomb. The use of cluster bombs is strictly prohibited by international law.
Invasion.
Armies act of forcibly entering another country or territory to take control of it.
Examples:
The Turkish invasion. Home invasion. An invasion would most probably result in a political catastrophe.
Loot.
Steal goods from a place or person, typically during a war or riot. Noun, steal goods from a place or person, typically using force, especially in times of war or civil disorder.
Examples:
Loot the ship. War loot. The bandits looted the small town, leaving it in ruins.
Civilian.
A person who is not a member of the military or armed forces. A person who is not a law enforcement officer or public official in a position of authority or responsibility.
Examples:
Civilian casualties. Civilian life. The army is instructed not to target any civilians during the conflict.
Addition.
The act or process of adding something to something else, the process of adding numbers.
Examples:
Chemical addition. Addition of vectors. In addition, private corporations provide healthcare services.
Bond.
A close emotional connection between two or more people, a certificate of debt that a government or corporation issues to raise money.
Examples:
Bond as a family. Global bond market. They had formed a friendship bond.
Merge.
To combine or integrate things, or to cause this to happen.
Examples:
Merge into a new party. Merge those systems into a new one. This consulting firm decided to merge the two companies into one.
Ingenious.
Showing inventiveness and ability or skill.
Examples:
Ingenious device. Ingenious idea. I always look forward to reading his stories since they're so ingenious.
Flame.
A bright, visible light and heat source caused by combustion, a strong, intense feeling typically associated with passion, aggression, or anger.
Examples:
Flame of passion. Simmering flame. The flame of the candle flickered in the darkness of the room.
Chase.
To pursue something or someone, to catch or capture them. To go after something vigorously or with determination. Noun, a pursuit or a hunt, a narrow groove or channel cut into a surface, often used for decorative purposes.
Examples:
Chase a dream. Wild goose chase. The police officer chased the suspect through the crowded streets until they finally caught him.
Moth.
An insect with wings similar to a butterfly that travels at night and is attracted to light.
Examples:
Moth larva. Moth attracted to the light. The moth is a serious threat to the farm's output.
Adrenaline.
Also epinephrine, a substance secreted by the adrenal medulla in response to stress, which makes the heart beat faster and prepares the body to react to danger.
Examples:
Adrenaline receptor, adrenaline addiction. The band has released a lot of adrenaline-pumping rock music.
Junk.
Discarded or unused material or objects, often considered worthless or of little value, also used to describe cheap or poorly made items or food that is high in calories but lacking in nutrition.
Examples:
Junk mail, hunk of junk. I need to clear out some of the junk in my garage.
Realistic.
Having or showing a sensible and practical idea that is possible to achieve.
Examples:
A realistic goal. A realistic goal. That story was so realistic, and it was scary.
Masquerade.
A party, dance, or other festive gatherings of persons wearing masks and other disguises, or a costume worn on such an occasion, making a false outward show.
Examples:
Show up in a masquerade. Absurd masquerade. The masquerade party was lavish, with guests in elaborate costumes and masks.
Idealist.
A person who is guided by ideals or principles rather than practical considerations or reality. A person who seeks to achieve a particular vision or goal for the betterment of society or humanity.
Examples:
Idealist at heart. An idealist perspective. As a dedicated idealist, she always fought for what was right, no matter the cost.
Decathlon.
A combined event in athletics, consisting of 10 track and field events.
Examples:
Decathlon athlete. Put himself in for the decathlon. He won Olympic gold medals in the decathlon.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Troubleshoot.
To identify and solve problems or difficulties, particularly in mechanical or technical systems or situations.
Examples:
Troubleshoot network issues. Troubleshoot software problems. I need to troubleshoot why my computer keeps freezing.
Govern.
To legally control and direct a country, city, group of people, etc., and be responsible for introducing new laws, organizing and maintaining public services.
Examples:
A nation's right to govern. Govern a public enterprise. The regulations governing medical malpractice claims are rigorous.
Precise.
sharply exact or accurate or delimited.
Examples:
Precise analyses. Estimate precise costs. The content is precise and informative for me.
Threat.
A strong indication or likelihood of harm, danger, or adverse consequences. An expression of intent to inflict harm or injury on someone or something, often made as a means of coercion or intimidation.
Examples:
Economic threat. Environmental threat. The threat of severe weather prompted the city to issue an evacuation warning.
Horizon.
The line at which the Earth's surface and the sky appear to meet, the range of interest or activity that can be anticipated.
Examples:
The event horizon of a black hole. Business horizon. As the sun set, the colors of the sky merged with the horizon, creating a beautiful orange and pink hue.
Concentration.
The ability to focus all your time and energy on one thing without thinking about anything else.
Examples:
Concentration of armaments. His research area of concentration. This exam requires excellent concentration to pass.
Headline.
A heading at the top of a newspaper or magazine story or page.
Examples:
Headline article. Banner headline. The engagement of the two golf players became headline news.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
Financial independence. Independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.
Colonize.
To establish a colony in or on a specific place, to settle or occupy in large numbers.
Examples:
Colonize planets. Colonize for cultivation. European powers colonized much of the Americas in the 16th and 17th centuries.
Outflow.
The leakage of fluid from a container, a natural flow of groundwater.
Examples:
Outflow fluid. Outflow of capital. After the valves were closed, the outflow halted.
Invade.
To enter aggressively into another's territory by military force for conquest and occupation.
Examples:
Invade other tissues. Invade his privacy. I have no intention to invade your privacy.
Overrun.
To invade or occupy a place or territory by force, especially in large numbers. Noun, the act of taking control or overwhelming something or someone.
Examples:
Overrun an area. Garden overrun with weeds. The invading army quickly may overrun the small country and took control of its capital city.
Era.
A period that is distinct from others, typically in history.
Examples:
Dawn of a new era. The era of the Renaissance. Political corruption was common throughout the post-war era.
Marine.
Relating to the sea and the creatures and plants that live there.
Examples:
Marine insurance. Variety of marine life. Seals and whales are marine animals beloved by the people.
Barrack.
To provide accommodations or housing, often for military personnel or sports teams, to spur on or encourage especially by cheers and shouts. Noun, a large building or group of buildings that provide temporary housing for soldiers or other military personnel.
Examples:
Barack room. Barack the opposing team. The soldiers were instructed to barack in the buildings until further notice.
Wit.
The ability to say or write things or ideas in a clever and humorous way.
Examples:
The wit of man. Full of wit. He has the wit to keep talking about this topic.
Dawning.
Relating to or occurring at the beginning or early stages of something, characterized by the first appearance of light or knowledge. Noun, the beginning or first appearance of something.
Examples:
The dawning of the Internet age. Dawning awareness. The dawning realization of their mistake was evident on their faces.
Ethnic.
Relating or belonging to a group of people who share a cultural tradition.
Examples:
Ethnic minority. Single ethnic group. Each ethnic group has its unique rituals.
Sectarian.
Relating to a group or faction that is narrowly focused on its own religious, political, or ideological beliefs, often at the expense of others or in opposition to differing viewpoints.
Examples:
Sectarian violence. Sectarian tension. The political campaign descended into a sectarian battle between rival parties.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Negotiate.
To have formal discussions with someone to reach an agreement.
Examples:
Negotiate a settlement. Negotiate the price of the house. We are always happy to negotiate a discount.
Prevailing.
Most frequent, widespread, or currently dominant, usually referring to a particular opinion, attitude, or trend.
Examples:
prevailing wind, prevailing trend. The prevailing opinion was that the project would be a success.
Embodiment:
Someone or something that precisely expresses a characteristic or an idea.
Examples:
Embodiment of evil, illustrative embodiment. The devil is the embodiment of wicked ideas.
Realm:
A domain of activity, interest, or knowledge.
Examples:
Public realm, beyond the realm of possibility. Her passions are in the realm of real-world political affairs.
Convince:
To persuade someone or make someone believe that something is true.
Examples:
Convince her to go with us. Convince an opponent. I am considering what I should do to convince him.
Nickname:
A familiar or humorous name given to a person or thing instead of or as well as the real name.
Examples:
Endearing nickname. Nickname for a person. The team has a nickname for their star player, the Ace.
Balk:
To hesitate or stop abruptly before completing an action, often due to fear, uncertainty, or opposition, to refuse to comply with or agree to something.
Examples:
Balk at extra work. Balk in fear. After her first attempt to bake a cake failed, she didn't balk at trying again.
Conduct:
To organize and carry out a particular activity.
Examples:
Conduct a background check. Conduct research. Police will conduct random breath testing for drunk driving.
Negotiation:
The process of discussing and reaching an agreement with others.
Examples:
Negotiation process. Negotiation skills. The negotiation between the two countries was a delicate and complex process.
Aftermath:
The consequences or results of a significant event, particularly a disaster or conflict, a period of time following a significant event.
Examples:
Financial aftermath. The aftermath of a crisis. The aftermath of the hurricane left the city in shambles.
Decide:
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Flee:
To leave by running away, especially out of fear or danger.
Examples:
Flee their homes. Flee abroad. It is a basic instinct to flee from a dangerous situation.
Supple.
Flexible and easy to bend or move, gracefully agile, adaptable or responsive to change or new ideas.
Examples:
Supple muscles. Supple leather. The ballerina's supple movements left the audience mesmerized.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Door to door.
Involving going from one house or building to another on foot, often to sell or distribute items or conduct surveys or interviews.
Examples:
Door-to-door transportation. Door-to-door delivery. Our company is starting a new door-to-door sales campaign to expand our customer base.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Pluck.
To pull or draw something, especially with sudden force or effort, to strip of feathers.
Examples:
Pluck a gray hair. Pluck out weeds. She plucked the flowers off the bush.
Decision.
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples:
Decision authority. A selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between two job offers.
Spigot.
A valve or faucet used to control the flow of liquid from a container or pipe.
Examples:
Shut off the spigot. Open the spigot. The spigot on the outdoor faucet was leaking and needed to be fixed.
Fee.
A sum of money charged for a particular service.
Examples:
Fee calculation. Service fee. The lawyer's fee for the case was $10,000.
Literally.
In the real or original meaning of a word or phrase, in a literal sense or way, not figuratively.
Examples:
Translate literally. Bite his tongue literally. He literally jumped out of his chair when he heard the news.
Sharpen.
To make something, usually a blade or point, sharp or sharper, to enhance or improve the clarity, focus, or effectiveness of something.
Examples:
Sharpen your focus. Sharpen a pencil. I must sharpen my knives before cooking to ensure precise and efficient cutting.
Terrain.
The physical features of a piece of land, including hills, valleys, rivers, and forests.
Examples:
Terrain map. Permafrost terrain. The mountainous terrain was rough and rocky.
Jerry.
A slang term referring to something that is improvised, makeshift, or of poor quality, jerry-rigged.
Examples:
Jerry-built foundation. Jerry-made toy. The jerry-rigged repair was only a temporary solution to the problem.
Viceroy.
A governor appointed to rule a country or province in the name of a monarch.
Examples:
The position of viceroy. Appointed viceroy. The notable viceroy ruled over the colony on behalf of the king.
Policy.
A set of rules, guidelines, principles, or procedures that govern decision-making or action, often used in the context of business or government. A course of action or plan of action adopted or followed by an organization or individual to achieve a goal or objective.
Examples:
Health policy. Foreign policy. The company's new policy on remote work has made it a more inclusive workplace.
Currency.
A system of money in general use in a particular country.
Examples:
Currency exchange. Digital currency. The currency used in this country is the euro.
Patrol.
The act of guarding an area or conducting surveillance of an area to maintain order, perform security functions, or prevent crime, a group of officers or soldiers that conducts such an operation.
Examples:
Patrol car. Border patrol. The highway patrol officer pulled over the speeding vehicle on the freeway.
Judgment.
The ability to form valuable opinions and make reasonable decisions.
Examples:
An emotional judgment. Deliver a judgment. Her judgments are consistently rational and sensible.
Zone.
A specific area, region, or section that is marked off or defined in some way.
Examples:
Time zone. Zone defense. He was reluctant to leave his comfort zone and try something new.
Nonetheless.
In spite of what has just been said or done, nevertheless.
Examples:
We are nonetheless confident. Love him nonetheless. They each choose nonetheless to battle.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
Experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Commissioner.
An official member of a government department or another organization who is responsible for controlling something or performing specific duties.
Examples:
Elect police commissioners. Commissioner of Patent Office. He became an audit commissioner because of his years of experience as an accountant.
Balance.
A condition in which everything has the same weight or force, something left after other parts have been taken away.
Examples:
The balance of power. Asset on the company's balance sheet. Try to keep a balance between work and off.
Liberty.
The state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views.
Examples:
Personal liberty. Liberty as a right. The founding fathers fought for the liberty of the American people.
Security.
The state of being free from danger, risk, or harm, measures taken to protect against threats or attacks, a financial asset, such as a stock or bond that derives value exclusively from the ownership interest or claim to a particular underlying asset or obligation.
Examples:
National security. Security analyst. The building's security system includes cameras, alarms, and security guards.
Bow.
To bend your knee or body, or lower your head. Noun, a weapon made of a curved piece of wood or other flexible material, strung with a cord and used to shoot arrows.
Examples:
Bow and greet. A bow wave. She bowed to the audience after her performance.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Reticent.
Disposed to be silent or uncommunicative, restrained or reluctant to speak, inclined to keep one's thoughts or feelings to oneself.
Examples:
Reticent nature. Reticent response. He was always reticent about his personal life and rarely shared any details with others.
Charm.
The power or quality of pleasing or fascinating people.
Examples:
Masculine charm. Charm against bad luck. These are significantly more exquisite than typical charm bracelets.
President.
The leader of a republic, for example, the U.S., the person in charge of the organization, such as a company, university, club, etc.
Examples:
President Emeritus. Vice President for Finance. The club president does not have absolute power.
Unfortunately.
By bad luck, unluckily.
Examples:
Unfortunately caught in a shower. Even more unfortunately. The treatments were done, but, unfortunately, were unsuccessful.
Tragic.
Causing great sadness or suffering, very unfortunate.
Examples:
Tragic love stories. Tragic death. The tragic events of the war left many families torn apart.
Appointment.
A formal arrangement to meet someone at a particular time and place, especially for a reason connected with their work. The act of putting a person into a job or position of responsibility.
Examples:
Appointment calendar. Take up an appointment. We had to reschedule the dentist's appointment.
Devastating.
Causing a great deal of destruction or damage.
Examples:
Have devastating effects. Treat this devastating disease. This typhoon was the most devastating in years.
Predicate.
A statement or assertion about something, especially a statement in logic or grammar. Verb, to base or found on a particular fact or assumption.
Examples:
A predicate that it's true. Predicate noun. The predicate of the sentence states the action or condition of the subject.
Terrorism.
The use of violence to attain political or religious goals, or to compel a government to act.
Examples:
Terrorism against civilians. Anti-terrorism bill. Democracy is utterly opposed to any form of terrorism.
Receptacle.
A container or device used to receive or hold something, a place where things are deposited or collected.
Examples:
Receptacle for liquids. Flower receptacle. The recycling bin is the designated receptacle for all plastic and paper waste.
Rubble.
Fragments of rock, stone, or other materials that remain after a building or other structure has been destroyed or demolished, the remains of something that has been broken down or destroyed.
Examples:
Clear away rubble. Rubble-strewn road. After the earthquake, the city was left in a pile of rubble.
Rescue.
To save someone or something from a dangerous or difficult situation.
Examples:
Rescue a dying dog. Rescue a company from bankruptcy. The fire department arrived just in time to rescue the family from the burning building.
Stateless.
Having no nationality or citizenship, not being affiliated with any particular state or government.
Examples:
Become stateless. Stateless person. The stateless refugees were not allowed to enter the country.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples.
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Humankind.
The whole of the living human inhabitants of the earth.
Examples.
Humankind as a species. History of humankind. On the geological timescale, humankind has existed for a brief moment.
Muster.
To gather, assemble, or bring together a group of people or things, to collect or summon for a specific purpose or mission.
Examples.
Muster the troops. Muster the resources. The team needed to muster all their energy and focus to win the game.
Shaft.
A long, narrow part or section of an arrow, hammer, golf club, etc. A long, narrow passage consisting of the vertical part of a column.
Examples.
The shaft of an arrow. Front drive shaft. The rescue team rushed into the mine shaft.
Buddy.
A close friend, a partner, especially one of a pair or team.
Examples.
My golf buddy. Buddy movie. He was the first buddy in the military training camp.
Headquarter.
The central office or location from which a business or organization is managed.
Examples.
Administrative headquarter. An emergency headquarter. The company decided to move its headquarters to New York City.
Pulley.
A wheel or set of wheels with a grooved rim around which a cord or rope runs, used to change the direction or point of application of a force, especially to lift heavy objects.
Examples.
Pulley system. Movable pulley. The construction worker used a fixed pulley to lift the heavy equipment to the top floor.
Quiver.
To shake or tremble with a slight, rapid motion.
Examples.
Quiver in the breeze. Quiver with excitement. The archer's hands quivered as he aimed the arrow at the target.
Shepherd.
A person who tends and guards sheep, especially in a rural area.
Examples.
Shepherd boy. Sheep without a shepherd. The shepherd's dog helped keep the sheep in line and protect them from predators.
Guidance.
Advice or instructions given to help direct someone's behavior or decision-making.
Examples.
Vocational guidance. Guidance counselor. The mentor provided guidance to the young entrepreneur, helping her navigate the business world.
Equip.
To provide a person or a place with the things that are needed for a particular purpose or activity.
Examples:
Equip an army. Equip our children with some special skills. The construction company equipped the building with an earthquake-resistant device.
Shore.
The land along the edge of a sea, lake, broad river, or other large body of water. Verb, to support by placing against something solid or rigid.
Examples:
A sandy shore. Shore up demand. The waves are beating against the shore.
Crane.
A large, tall machine used for moving heavy objects by suspending them from a beam or hook.
Examples:
Crane operator. Crane construction. The construction workers used a crane to lift the heavy beams.
Wrap.
To cover or enclose something entirely with paper, cloth, or other material.
Examples:
Wrap a fish in foil. Wrap up a meeting. Wrap the bandage tightly around the injured arm.
Frame.
A strong border or structure of the wood, metal, etc. that surrounds something such as a picture, door, or window.
Examples:
A picture frame. The frame of the policy. The detective looked for fingerprints on the window frame.
Quest.
A long or challenging search for something.
Examples:
The quest for truth. On a quest for happiness. That adventurer traveled in quest of buried treasure.
Grapple.
To make a strenuous effort to solve a problem, to engage in a close fight or conflict without weapons.
Examples:
Grapple with problem. Grapple with each other. He needed to grapple with structural reforms to improve the company's revenue.
Flaw.
A fault, mistake, or weakness that causes something not to be perfect.
Examples:
A minor flaw. The flaw in the legislation. Even the slightest design flaw in an aircraft can lead to a fatal accident.
Adaptive.
Capable of adjusting to new situations or changing conditions.
Examples:
The adaptive coloring. Adaptive technology. The adaptive learning system adjusts the difficulty level of the lessons based on the student's performance.
Viol.
A stringed instrument, typically with 6 strings and frets, played with a bow, also called a viola da gamba.
Examples:
Viol instrument. Viol music. The viol player was rehearsing for an upcoming concert.
Charter.
A document that grants certain rights or privileges, a contract to hire or lease transportation.
Examples:
A charter flight. The Charter of the United Nations. The charter of the organization outlines its mission and goals.
Unacceptably.
In a way that is not acceptable or satisfactory.
Examples:
Unacceptably high prices. Unacceptably poor. The restaurant's service was unacceptably slow.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
Norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Lung.
Either of the two organs in the chest that people and some animals use for breathing.
Examples:
Lung capacity. Do lung transplantation. He has terminal lung cancer.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Obsequious.
Excessively obedient or attentive to someone in a servile or ingratiating manner, overly eager to please or gain favor.
Examples:
Obsequious flattery. Obsequious behavior. The obsequious waiter constantly showered the wealthy customer with compliments and excessive attention.
Strike.
To wallop somebody or something with the hand, fist, or weapon, to have an emotional or cognitive impact upon.
Examples:
Strike up a conversation. Strike a blow. We strike to achieve more wages and safer working conditions.
Adversary.
A person, group, or force that opposes or fights against another, an enemy or opponent.
Examples:
Adversary team. Political adversary. The boxer's toughest adversary was his fear of losing.
Bracket.
Projecting support or fixture used to attach or bear weight, a small shelf or ledge, a punctuation mark, used to enclose words, numbers, or symbols.
Examples:
Bracket placement. Tax bracket. I need to hang these shelves with the help of some sturdy brackets.
Principle.
A fundamental law or truth that explains or controls how something happens or works.
Examples:
Principle of treatment. Principle in business. Efficiency isn't an essential principle here, fairness is.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
progression of civilization, progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Coalition.
A temporary alliance formed by two or more political parties for combined action, the state of being combined into one body.
Examples:
A three-party coalition, coalition forces. The two largest opposition parties announced they would form a coalition in the next elections.
Wrongdoing.
An improper or illegal behavior or action.
Examples:
An accusation of wrongdoing, willful wrongdoing. The CEO of the company denied any wrongdoing while admitting to mismanagement.
Regime.
The organization, a system, or method that is the governing authority of a political unit.
Examples:
A puppet regime, exercise regime. Totalitarian regimes are less likely to innovate because they deprive individuals of economic incentives.
Takeaway.
A message or conclusion that can be taken away from a situation or piece of information.
Examples:
Takeaway pizza, takeaway message. The main takeaway from the meeting was the need for better communication.
Espouse.
To adopt or support a particular belief, theory, or cause, to take up or support, to marry.
Examples:
Espouse a cause, espouse an idea. She espoused the philosophy of nonviolence.
Exhibit.
To show something in public for people to enjoy or to provide them with information.
Examples:
Exhibit a bad attitude. Exhibit a great talent. Other technology industries exhibit similarly explosive growth.
Reverence.
A deep respect for someone or something.
Examples:
Reverence for tradition. Pay reverence to him. The people of the village showed great reverence for the elderly.
Dignity.
The quality of being worthy of esteem or respect, high office or rank or station.
Examples:
Respect for human dignity. Retain everyone's dignity. The failure destroyed his trust and personal dignity.
Micro.
Extremely small in scale or scope, 1/millionth.
Examples:
Microbubble. Microforce sensor. This approach employs both micro and macro analysis methods.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Visible.
Capable of being seen or open to easy view.
Examples:
Visible stars. Visible by X-ray. My home is easily visible from the shore.
Macro.
Computing, a set of instructions that automate a frequently used series of keystrokes or mouse actions. Photography, a lens that allows you to take close-up photographs. Economics, a large-scale economic policy or system.
Examples:
Macroeconomy. Macro scale. Macrophotography is a technique that allows you to take close-up photos of small objects.
Promote.
To encourage or persuade people to like, buy, use, do, or support something, to raise someone to a higher position or rank.
Examples:
Promote a better relationship. Promote bad behavior. The government should do more to promote sustainable agribusiness.
Affront.
An action or statement that causes offense or disrespect to someone's dignity or honor. A deliberate insult or slight. Verb, to insult or offend someone intentionally, often by showing disrespect or disregard for their feelings, beliefs, or social norms.
Examples:
Affront his pride. Affront to reputation. The rude remark was an affront to her dignity.
Boast.
To talk about someone's accomplishments, wealth, or abilities excessively with undue pride and self-satisfaction.
Examples:
Boast of his success. Boast a long history. This town boasts a national park.
Inject.
To put a liquid such as a drug or other substance into a person's or an animal's body using a needle and syringe equals small tube.
Examples:
Inject under the skin. Inject a personal opinion into a debate. Let's try to inject a bit of enthusiasm into your performance.
Revolution.
A large-scale attempt to overthrow the government of a country, often using violence or war.
Examples:
Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. A political revolution. The revolution by the citizen resulted in a redistribution of wealth.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Genuine.
Real and exactly, not pretended, sincerely felt or expressed.
Examples:
A genuine article. Show genuine regret. Is this painting genuine or forged?
Calibrate.
To measure or adjust something, typically a machine or device, to ensure accurate functioning or to match a standard or desired level of performance.
Examples:
Calibrate machinery. Calibrate measurements. It's important to calibrate the equipment regularly to ensure accurate results.
Hype.
Advertisements and media discussions informing the public about a product and how nice or vital it is.
Examples:
Media hype. Emotional hype. The audience was not duped by the media's hype around the event.
Melt.
To turn from something solid into something soft or liquid as a result of heating.
Examples:
Melt the ice. Melt down gold. Her resistance melted under his persuasion.
Secured.
Fixed or fastened firmly in place, made safe or protected from harm or danger.
Examples:
Secured loans. Secured credit card. The secured room was only accessible with a special key card.
Union.
A group of employees who have banded together to advocate for their rights and better their working conditions. The act or the state of joining together or being joined together.
Examples:
Bank and credit unions. A craft union. The trade union remained adamant about its demands.
Legitimate.
Accordant with or allowed by law, lawful.
Examples:
A legitimate child. Legitimate question. Public political demonstrations are considered legitimate rights for citizens.
Panic.
A sudden strong feeling of fear that cannot be controlled and prevents reasonable thought and action.
Examples:
A panic reaction. Panic buying. The participation of oil-producing countries in the war caused panic in the financial markets.
Advisor.
A person who gives advice about a particular subject.
Examples:
A medical advisor. Chief advisor. After retiring, he continued to be an advisor to politicians.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Humility.
The quality or condition of being humble, a low estimate of oneself.
Examples:
Develop an attitude of humility. Lack of humility. We were filled with humility at the sight of the Queen.
Awareness.
The fact or state of knowing something exists and is important.
Examples:
Awareness of my ignorance. Raise public awareness. There has been a gradual but steady rise in environmental awareness.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Acute.
Extremely sharp or severe.
Examples:
Acute pain. Acute triangle. The patient died from acute alcohol intoxication.
Mend.
To repair or fix something that is broken or damaged.
Examples:
Mend broken relationship. Mend my ways. He mended the torn shirt with a needle and thread.
Humble.
Having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's quality or importance.
Examples:
A humble cottage. Humble opinion. The nobler, the more humble.
Paralyze.
To cause a person or part of the body to become unable to move or feel.
Examples:
Paralyze a city. Paralyze a person. The venom from the snake bite paralyzed his arm.
Confidence.
The feeling or attitude that one can trust or rely on the abilities or good qualities of someone or something.
Examples:
Confidence as a teacher. Boost my confidence. Skill and confidence are an unconquered army.
Competence.
The ability to do something well or efficiently, the knowledge, skill, and ability required to perform a task or job effectively.
Examples:
Competence evaluation. Proven competence. The company is looking for candidates with the necessary competence and skills.
Temptation.
The desire to do or have something that you know you should not do or have, the act of influencing by exciting hope or desire.
Examples:
Withstand temptation. Many temptations. Researchers often succumb to the temptation of accolades and commit research misconduct.
Afford.
To have enough money or time to be able to buy or do something.
Examples:
Afford to buy a new car. Afford a high travel cost. He cannot afford a holiday.
Partial.
Not complete, fragmentary, favoring somebody or something very much.
Examples:
Partial withdrawal. Partial knowledge. Although some progress had been made, the study's findings were partial.
Rely.
To require a certain thing or the assistance and support of someone or something in order to continue, run properly, or succeed.
Examples:
Rely on convenience stores. Rely entirely on him. Babies heavily rely on others for food.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
Not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Combination:
A collection of things that have been combined, an assemblage of separate parts or qualities.
Examples:
Genic combinations. Combination number. The combination to the safe was a secret.
Embolden.
To give courage or confidence to someone, to make someone feel brave or empowered, to strengthen or reinforce a position or belief.
Examples:
Embolden the opposition. Embolden a country's leadership. She was emboldened by her success and decided to take on a more significant challenge.